Welcome back, Rankers. Got a lot to get through today, so I just want to get straight to the point. Matt Cutts, Mr. Anti-Spam Guy at Google, put out a video today. Great little video. You should go and watch it. What are the top 3 to 5 SEO areas where webmasters make the most mistakes? I just want to play you one little gem and then talk to you about it.
The next one is include the right words on the page. Think about what the user is going to type and include those words. So you don't want to just say Mount Everest elevation. You want to say words like, how high is Mount Everest? Because people are going to type, how high is Mount Everest? And Wiz had a really good point. Not just including the right words on the page, but thinking about, if you're a restaurant, include the menu. Put it in plain text, not just a PDF, or make sure that it is extractable into plain text somehow.
Good advice, Matt. Now, interesting thing here is that we hear so much about Google's semantic search. Just a second, I'm going to move that phone. We hear so much about Google semantic search, and this is the thing that we're told again and again by Google is, don't worry about your keywords, we'll work out what your content is about. If we have a few of them and you're just talking about different things around that, we understand those things and we'll be able to work it out. And I think the Google Technology Evangelist said this to us last year. And even the Google SEO Starter Guide, they talk about using descriptive file names, descriptive image file names, descriptive captions, but they don't talk about keywords. You've got to use your keywords. I know it seems simple, and I know a lot of people go, I don't want to put my keywords there. I want to rank for cheap hotels, but I don't want to be seen as a cheap hotel. Well, why do you want to rank for the phrase then? So you've got to think about what are the words you're going to rank for, and you've got to use them on your page. And one of the things that we've been finding out recently, ever since all the Panda updates last year, we're finding that sites that are using more keywords on a regular basis, i.e. creating a blog, are starting to rank higher in the really competitive industries like finance. We did a study recently where we looked at a lot of finance institutions from last year through to this year. We did a report last year and we did a report this year. All the ones that are ranking higher this year for really competitive phrases are all now using a blog. They have a blog, updating it regularly, and they're ranking higher. So nothing else much has changed really, except for the fact that they now have new content on a regular basis and they use their keywords in it. Now I know a lot of you don't like hearing the B word, but it's really important, and it's important to do it regularly. Now, there's a number of ways you can do it. You can get ghostwritten by someone. Well, that's what we do for some of our clients. We interview them. We talk about, let's have a look at, say, 20 articles that we want to write, and then we'll space them out over, a 3 to 4 month period. And we'll interview the client and get answers and about particular topics, and then we'll write an article about that topic. And then we'll give it to the client and say, is that all right? Is that what you think? They go, yeah, that sounds like, yeah, put that up. That's what we do, all right? So you can probably find someone who's an English major who wants to do that for you if you like. But it's really important to do and have a plan to do it. That's why I record a video every Wednesday since 2006, and I've been doing a blog probably for about the last 5 years as well. Really important. Now, this guy, Darren Rowse, is probably the most famous blogger in the known universe. He gets 4.5 million unique visitors per month to his blogs. Okay, this guy does it for a living. This guy's a legend. And he has got a masterclass at the 7th Annual Professional eBay and E-Commerce Sellers Internet Conference on May 29th to the 31st on the Gold Coast. Now, I'm not making a cent out of this. True story. Not a cent. No commissions, nothing, okay? But I am speaking at the same conference, and I've been going for the last 3 years. And the reason I go is because it's a fantastic conference. You learn so much when you go. I've been in the industry for over 20 years now, and the things that I learn at this conference is amazing. Not only internet stuff, but just talking and networking with other people about management issues, about conversion issues on their sites, those sorts of things. You hear some really, really good stories. And Darren Rowse Masterclass, you need to be in blogging. You need to get into blogging. Go and see this guy and see his masterclass. It's all at internetconference.com.au. And it's a fantastic lineup of speakers this year. We've got Grant Arnott from ClickFrenzy. For those of you in the US, that's sort of our equivalent Black Friday, I guess you'd call it. And we've got Ruslan Kogan, who is a very well-known Australian retailer here, and he's a very entertaining speaker and has got a lot of great information to share. Some of these people I don't know, and I'll be really looking forward to seeing them. This guy here, you've got to listen to this guy. This guy has got years and years of experience in eBay, and if you're doing eBay stuff, you need to go and see this guy. I'm doing a bit of shtick there about Google Webmaster Tools and SEO and stuff. Who else should you go and see? Probably should go and see as many as you can. This will be a really interesting social media panel. You've got Darren Rouse, you've got this bloke who I haven't met, but I'm looking forward to it, and you've got Yvonne. She's been around forever. She'll hate me saying that. And you've got Josh Rowe, who's he's got a giant head actually, but it's full of really, really interesting stuff. But it is a really good conference. This guy is hysterical. He's out from the US. Colder Ice on Twitter, I think he is. John Lawson, really funny guy, interesting guy, has a lot of great stuff to say. A really great power panel there. It's just the who's who of e-commerce in Australia, and you really need to be at this conference if you're selling anything online, or if you're trying to get business through your website. You might not even be doing e-commerce, but a lot of the stuff here about conversions and those sorts of things you still need on a business website. This is the conference to be at. This will be a really interesting website review panel here too. Grant Arnott again. You've got Gil Levy. Now this guy, he loves having people come up to him and say, can I just pick your brain for a second? He's a web developer from the US. But if you see him, make sure you go up and say, hey, can I pick your brain for a second? I'm chairing a panel on SEO, and there's some few well-known SEO guys there as well. So Nathan Huppert's going to go and see him. He's got a lot of success under his belt with e-commerce stuff. And if you're building a site at Magento, he's the bloke. Go and see him. But don't forget, Gil Levy, if you see him, and I'll just show you a photo of him, if you see him, make sure you go up to him at the conference and say, have you got a minute? I'd just like to pick your brain. And this is him here. That's him there. So just go and say hello. And that is it for this week's show. I'm not trying to, sell stuff through the show, but I get a lot of questions, and a lot of them will be answered at that conference. And remember, content is bigger than ever now. People talk about content marketing. Get a blog. If you can't make it to the conference, just start planning for a blog, or look up Darren Rouse online and find out all the tips about starting a blog. And that is it for this week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.